What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Avengers 4. So yet again, the Gwyneth Paltrow Pepper Potts information is circling, and I've been asked by a bunch of people to cover it. So let's go over it. Gwyneth Paltrow was key in Avengers Infinity War in ways. She opened it up with Tony Stark. He had a dream. They were married. Maybe not married, I can't quite remember. But he had a dream, they had a kid, which is interesting. So Pepper and Tony had a really long journey together. She obviously starts as his doubtful assistant, then the relationship evolves, and now decades later they're married and they have a child. Their relationship evolved in many ways that a great romance involves. So that is what Gwyneth Paltrow said in an interview quite a while ago. So this tells us a lot about Avengers 4. It could be there's a time jump and there's a wedding in Avengers 4. She's with child. Or they time jump to a point where she's got a child with Tony Stark. They could adopt a child. But it's going to be pretty sweet because Tony Stark started as an egotistical, arrogant billionaire, and Pepper Potts has changed him into a grounded, pretty cool, awesome dude. So that's pretty cool. So there's a bunch of information to go over. So recently, I don't know how recent these are, I've just gathered a bunch of information. So in a different interview, she said this. You know, to be totally honest, I'm unclear. Paltrow said, because it's so secretive and it's all on green screen. I'm not sure exactly. They don't tell me anything. Then they dug further and she said there, is there any chance at any point when you were working on the movie, did you thrust your hand towards someone wearing a blue suit with ping pong balls on it? Yes, the star answered. She still has powers. While Pepper didn't give up her powers at the end of Ironman 3, it could suggest she still gets involved in the action. So she's basically saying that she was in a motion capture scene, so at some point she's going to don one of the Iron Man suits. Or it could be just he gets her a suit to protect herself, because let's be honest, there could be some new threats. Thanos is still kicking around. And also, I've done some digging, was sent this article. Well, a bunch of people have been saying this recently, so full credit to the original source. But let's be honest, about 100 people have said this on Twitter. The other day, I was watching Infinity War with subtitles, and the last thing Pepper said to Tony on the phone is, I'm going to, as in T-O-O. I always thought she said, I'm going to O, so 2 with T-O, and it got cut off. Pepper is totally going to soup up and rescue him in Avengers 4. So there's a theory going around that Pepper is going to be one to fly to Titan in a version of an Iron Man suit that they've had ready for her for God knows how long, I guess. Tony's already made one prepared for her just in case he needed to. So that would be quite interesting if Avengers 4 starts with Pepper Potts flying to Titan to save Iron Man. Now, I can't really see that going on, but it could potentially happen. So during Iron Man 3, it did hint that Pepper had the potential to become a formidable fighter with the right tools at her disposal, such as technology, advanced suit for her own good. She could. Better yet, with so many fans predicting that Tony Stark in his final hour and he's going to die, they need to get her ready for it. Possibly. I don't know. It's quite interesting. She's quite an interesting character. And there's so many people, the spoilery stuff. She's added to the list. Spider-Man's on the list. Tom Holland, obviously Spider-Man. And also, in another interview, the actress who plays Gamora said this. She was in a scene with Iron Man, War Machine, and Gwyneth Paltrow, Pepper Potts, wearing a suit. Now, there was the time where she uploaded the image online of her in a motion capture suit, then deleted it really fast. But the problem with the internet is, if you upload anything on the internet, regardless to how long it's been up, if you've got a big following, everyone will take a picture of it and like copy it, and it's never gone there. It's never going to disappear. So it's pretty interesting that either that was a deleted scene from Infinity War or it's for Avengers 4. But it's looking more than likely that Pepper Potts is going to have a critical major role for Avengers 4, which is interesting because except for the opening scene, she didn't really have much of a presence before he obviously fly up to save Doctor Strange from Ebony Maw. Except for that scene, it's critical. It really is. The opening scene's critical. I had a dream, we had a child. I honestly think in Avengers 4, Tony Stark and her are gonna have a child. They're gonna be married. It's gonna be interesting because it's gonna have to be a lighter tone Avengers 4, because Infinity War was quite terrifying, I guess, in ways, because you got to think about it. They like Avengers movies, Disney is for teenagers, it's for young people, and to have children going to watch this, seeing their favorite hero like Spider-Man, Black Panther, etc., disappear to dust. It's like, how would you explain that to a young person? Yeah, they're dead, but they're not really dead. It must be kind of hard. So it must have been a hard decision for the Russo brothers to do it in such a way where they could be dramatic in a kind of PG-13 movie, yet still be savage. So it's quite interesting. It's like a very interesting ending. So guys, let me know in the comment box down below. Do you think Gwyneth Paltrow is going to suit up? She reviewed a massive spoiler about Pepper Pot rescue suit, rescuing Iron Man, potentially. But the only issue with that is Nebula's also there, so not really sure. Or maybe she has to bring something for Mr. Stark to fix, obviously because they had the Guardians of the Galaxy ship. No, they got there on Thanos' ship, but I can't see Tony Stark flying that back to the Earth. So it's going to be interesting. I really hope they don't miss out how they get back to Earth, but there will be a time jump. Because the quote I said at the start of this video was what she's saying about Avengers 4, but it wasn't clear if she was trolling or not. But I don't think she was trolling, because it's like, factually, we've got a child, we've got a kid, we're married. So it's like either that's forecasting, like foreshadowing what's going to happen in Avengers 4, or it's already happened by the time we get into Avengers 4, because there is going to be a time jump, the time vortex, they're going to jump around. So guys, like always, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will catch you in another video tonight, later on at some point, I guess. Anyway guys, catch you in another video very soon, and goodbye.